Getty. Donald Trump has blamed the US's high prescription drug costs on nationalized healthcare systems. The Republican firebrand blamed the US's high prescription drug costs on countries such as the UK with nationalized healthcare systems, which he believes are freeloading at the expense of America. Commenting on the U.S. prescription drug crisis, Mr. Trump said last week, "In some cases, medicine that cost a few dollars in a foreign country costs hundreds of dollars in America for the same pill. That is unacceptable. The drug prices have gone through the roof. And if you look at the same exact drug by the same exact company, made in the same exact box and sold someplace else, sometimes it's a fraction of what we pay in this country, meaning, as usual, the world is taking advantage of the U.S. Alex Azar accused single-payer systems of wielding their bargaining power to obtain better deals. It's unfair. It's ridiculous. It's not going to happen any longer. It's time to end the global freeloading once and for all. Donald Trump, they're setting prices in other countries and we're not." He concluded, "It's unfair. It's ridiculous. It's not going to happen any longer. It's time to end the global freeloading once and for all." Alex Azar, the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, reaffirmed the billionaire's stance, adding, "The reason why they are getting better net prices than we get is their socialized system. On the foreign side, we need to, through our trade negotiations and agreements, pressure them. And so we pay less, they pay more." Getty thus pays more for prescription drugs due to its fragmented array of health insurance companies. Both President Trump and Mr. Azar have accused single-payer systems, such as the NHS, of wielding their bargaining power and scale to drive down drug prices and obtain better deals in comparison to the fragmented array of US health insurance companies. Industry experts have nevertheless questioned President Trump's ability to influence UK drug policy and pricing. Richard Corbett, executive director at the Association of the British Pharmaceutical Industry, said, "How much the UK spends on healthcare and on medicines is a matter for the UK government, and it is not clear to us how the US or any other government would influence this." However, President Trump made lowering drug prices one of his key campaign promises, and has directed his trade representative Bob Lighthizer to deem this a top priority with every trading partner. Paul Ginsberry, professor of health policy at the University of Southern California, commented on Trump's proposed plans, saying, "I think this applies to all advanced countries, including the UK." Brandon Barford, a partner at Washington-based Beacon Policy Advisors, added, "This effort to change other nations' health policies will be driven by the US Trade Representative Bob Lighthizer when he is negotiating deals to avoid application of US tariffs or, in the case of the UK, a bilateral trade deal post-Brexit." The second goal is that, for the UK in particular, trade negotiations will likely occur in the run-up to the US presidential election in November 2020. The president and his team want to be able to use the NHS and NICE as a foil for his plan that reduces cost for consumers at the point of sale, but without rationing and access restrictions for which the UK system is infamous in the US, particularly amongst conservative media.